EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for the weekend, December 9th and 10th, 2023. The weekend video forecast is proudly sponsored by LH Zimmerman Lawn and Garden in Ephrata, Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. They are a small family business that supplies snow and ice control equipment to Pennsylvania and surrounding states. They carry a large supply of salt dog, slide-in, and receiver hitch spreaders, Fisher's snowplows, Ariens snowblowers, and Ariens mammoth sidewalk equipment. Along with the new equipment that they sell, they also carry an on-hand supply of parts for Salt Dog, Fisher, and Ariens. The benefit of purchasing from a small family business is that they can provide after-hours service for their equipment if you break down in a snowstorm. Stop in at their location at 730 Glenwood Drive in Ephrata, Pennsylvania, or give them a call at the phone number above me here in the video, 717-733-4193. They will be happy to assist you or answer any of your questions. They are LH Zimmerman Lawn and Garden in Ephrata, Pennsylvania. Proud sponsors of the weekend video forecast and the title sponsor of the Weather Weekly's video every Sunday throughout the winter months. Now, in this video, we're going to be focusing on this weekend storm because it has many different variables with it. I'm going to get as much information to you as I can because we don't do a daily forecast video again on Sunday. I do have Weather Weeklies on Sunday, and I will touch on some key specific things. I don't want to spend a lot of time on that because that's more geared to the long-range pattern, which I found out over the past couple of days that people have not been paying attention to what I've been saying for the last couple of months. So we're going to reiterate those points home so people understand what exactly is expected to happen, because there's a lot of things going around on social media that are just false, or they are misleading, or they're doing exactly what I said I was going to do, and people just chose to ignore it. So we're going to get into that on Sunday. I will touch in the Weather Release video a little bit about expectations of rain, snow, wind, all that stuff, but we'll keep it at the more detailed look here. And I'll do that more so today because we're not going to have that Sunday video update. Its next update is going to be Monday. It'll already be over by then. So here's that storm system moving in. This is, for the last couple days, have been modeled very similarly, where we have a cold front in the lead of a trough coming in, and then low pressure is going to move along that boundary and enhance the rainfall and move up the coast. Now, the trend here over the past 24 hours or so has been to keep this storm a little bit more progressive and flatter. So that means it's not as amped up or as strong, and it slides a little bit further east, and that leads to just shower activity during the day on Sunday. I do think it's going to be raining most of Sunday, but showers and light rain, that kind of thing, during the day. It's when we get to the evening and overnight, we get into the heavier rain as this low wraps up near the coast here, and you can see that really swath of heavy rain. And I did this purposely as not a precipitation type image because I wanted to show you the extent of the rainfall coming in the heavier periods. That's the important thing, is we're going to get a lot of rain out of this, okay? There is a chance, yes, that there will be a change over to snow on the back end. We'll get into that here in a little bit. Actually, let me get over to the precipitation type map on the Euro just so you can see what that looks like. And this is where that changeover occurs. Here's the heavy rain in the evening. When you get to about midnight or right around midnight or just after, you start seeing a changeover to rain, snow, from rain to snow in the interior, favoring areas of elevation. That has been the forecast for the last couple of days. That has not really changed. What has changed is people's perception of what could happen and doing the what-if scenarios, okay? One of those such models is the 3-kilometer NAM, which is a kind of a standalone idea here right now. Not saying it's impossible, but it's probably unlikely. But we can at least see the rain part of it, and that is that you have the showers coming in on Sunday morning, then steadier periods of rain throughout the day, showers and periods of rain. Once we get to the evening, this becomes heavier, as you can see here. Here's that heavier rain. Then I think that's going to be your heaviest rain period is when we're going to have as we approach the evening hours, and you'll get most of the total rainfall we're going to see from the storm during that time frame and through the overnight. You see on the backside here, this is changing over to snow. I have no problem with that, with the NAM up until about this point. I think that's the extent of maybe a little bit more eastern northeast PA by Mount Pocono and stuff here, but these areas down here should remain rain, or maybe briefly change to a few flakes here at the end, and that's it. But the NAM is suggesting that this is going to continue going through here and really wrap up and produce a good snow event for a large portion of the interior, which is probably false, okay? Every other piece of guidance is not doing this. So this is probably an unlikely scenario. Again, it's not impossible, but in order for this to happen, and why the NAM is different, is it has a low that is much stronger and off the coast. So most of the models are taking this kind of like over New Jersey like this, up on the way to New England. This is farther east. You see the low center's right here, and it's also deeper. It's not 1,000 millibars or 1,002 millibars, whatever the European model was. This is 993 when it's near the Delmarva, so it can pull in cold air and dynamically cool the atmosphere to change that rain to snow, and that's exactly what's happening in this case, and that's why it's so wild with this changeover going all the way down to past Philadelphia. I mean, this is deep. This would be quite a happy moment for the snow lovers. You can't just pick the model that you want to happen and expect that that's going to be the forecast. That's not how it works. And most other guidance disagrees with this idea. So the snow, we're going to revisit on Sunday. That's one of the things I'm going to discuss in the Weather Weeklies video. As we get into total rainfall, this is the most important part of it. And you see a large swath. This is our coverage area in its entirety. And you see a large swath here of 1.5 to 2.5 inches of rain. I know the National Weather Service's flood watch is out for 2 to 3 inches of rain. Kind of splitting hairs here there. I think it might be a little bit high on the estimate, but generally 1.5 to 2.5 inches of rain or rain equivalent will fall from the storm. When I say rain equivalent, that means melted snow equivalent of rainfall. Okay, so this is what total precipitation is for that entire period. That's a lot of rain. Okay, so we need to do a few things here with this because we have some wind coming, and I'm going to discuss that next. We need to make sure that the leaves have just about fallen off the trees. Make sure your gutters outside in your neighborhood are clear of leaves, so we can try to minimize the flooding concerns on the roadways. So that's one thing. Second thing is you're probably going to want to bring those some of those decorations in, especially the ones that blow up with the the air, pop up things on your lawn. I have a few of those too. Just deflate them, until the storm's passed, and then you don't have to worry about blowing away. Here is the wind estimates. Again, Sunday I don't think is going to be that big of a deal. A little breezy, as you see here, 15 to 25, maybe some gusts, or 10 to 15 with some gusts, 25 to 30 in terms of peak gusts during the day on Sunday. And again, Sunday evening is going to actually back off a little bit. I think your worst wind is actually going to be Monday, as shown here. It's probably going to be during the daylight hours on Monday that you're going to see some wind gusts that are 25 to 35 with peak gusts to 40. Okay, so that's going to be the day where you're not going to want to have the lawn ornaments and things like that set up, or at least take them down temporarily, deflate them, or whatever you got to do, because they're going to take a ride if you don't. Okay, and that's going to go through about sunset, and then it starts to die off after that point where the wind goes away. So that's a big issue for Monday in the wake of this storm as it's pulling away. Here's what the RGEM has for snowfall, and I picked this out purposely because I think this is a very good representation of where, in my mind, of where I think the snow is is best and most likely to occur. This is all following areas of higher elevation right here. Anything north of that line is all higher elevation. So no doubt, when you get up in here in Wayne County, Susquehanna, Wyoming, Sullivan, Luzerne, Lackawanna, Tioga, Bradford, these places can get a couple inches of snow. Even in the lower elevations up there, I think Wilkes-Barre can get a 1 to 3 out of this. Once you get up in the higher elevations, the usual spots across Sullivan County, Wyoming County up here, and of course Susquehanna County, Wayne County, northern parts of Pennsylvania, you might get in the 3 to 6 category. Okay, that is possible up in those areas. But you see, there is a change over here at the end here, but the extent of the snow that is coating to an inch is kind of in this corridor in between, right? I can see that happening too. That is not unrealistic. So I'm looking at this and saying, wow, that's a pretty realistic representation. Even the European model is very close to that idea, so although it does have a little bit more in South Central PA. This is also realistic. I just don't think it's going to be one of those deals where it's going to take over further southeast and really slam places like the Lehigh Valley and Philadelphia and the suburbs. I don't think this is your storm. I really don't think it's going to do that. The NAM is suggesting that it might. And you'll have a couple inches on the back end there. I just don't think that's correct. So we're going to steer away from that for now. If it changes in that direction, I'll let you know on Sunday, the Weather Weeklies video, but I wouldn't get too excited about that potential. And once this system moves away, again, you have the windy conditions on Monday, leftover early shower or rain, snow shower, whatever is left at that point, and then becoming partly cloudy and, of course, windy throughout the day, and temperatures will be much colder. So Sunday, as you see above me, 48 to 58 today, and then 56 to 64 is a spread on Sunday. It's a synoptically driven warmth until that low passes, and the temperatures crash. And Monday, you're only managing the lower 40s, and you're going to remain in the lower 40s every single day throughout the remainder of the week. It looks like Tuesday through Friday is all going to, or Tuesday through Thursday is all going to remain in the same low 40s configuration. But we're dry that entire time, partly to mostly sunny Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday's mostly sunny, also with high pressure over top of the region. But the temperatures are going to come up into the upper 40s instead of lower 40s like they will be Monday through Thursday. So again, I'm going to have an update again in the Weather Weekly's video, a briefer update, not as detailed as this, but I want to at least update the snow potential and see if that has any merit. But I do want to discuss the longer range stuff that's been driving me nuts for the last couple days here. People are just getting the message or failing to watch the video or whatever the case may be. But I'm going to discuss that again on Sunday. Some of them might be repetitive for you, but we don't have a Sunday video forecast. We never did. We never will. That is our regular forecast our video forecast go on Monday through Saturday, and then we're off Sunday typically. But Sunday's Weather Weekly, so we'll address that, but I want to talk about the long range there at that time as well. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchers. That is our outlook for the weekend, December 9th and 10th, 2023. Have a great Saturday and Sunday.